Hi everybody. Happy Wednesday, Crafternoon. This is Dawn Bourgette. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who loves all the new things. And I'm glad that you guys are going to be joining me again today. I was on yesterday. We covered about half of the catalog. Today we're going to cover the other half. But before we get started, just to mention a couple things. First of all, today is Wednesday, May the 6th. We've been into the new May through August 2026 catalog and the May 2026 online exclusives for one day. And I'm already seeing, as I checked our inventory status report, that there are some things that are either on low inventory or unable to order right now, but they will be returning. Because as you guys know, we do not do back orders. They just turn the number off until the item becomes available once again. And we'll get into that a little bit more because there's a particular suite of product. I think you guys, I don't know, I love it, but anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. But as you come on in, say hello. Let me know where you guys are viewing from. It's great to have you here. It is so weird to be on during the week. It's throwing me off completely. If you haven't already and you'd like to get the news from the chalet and everything with Stampin' Up, go ahead and open up the camera on your smartphone, point it to the QR code, and go ahead and sign up for my newsletter. It takes about 30 seconds. It's really easy. Also, if you see anything, make sure you have pen and paper. Scribble down those things that you're like, aha, I really love that. Now, yesterday we covered suites and bundles. So everything suites, everything bundles, everything that was in every suite and what was included with the bundle, that kind of thing. We're going to bounce a little bit back and forth, but for the most part, we're covering the other half of the book as far as, I call it the meat and potatoes, the things that you really, really need in order to stamp, the supplies, right? And then the foo-foos in the front. The meat and potatoes are in the back. That's what, I don't know why I call it that, but I do. Anyway, if you do want to shop, I appreciate you shopping with me, and I have some fun things for you when you do. First of all, Stampin' Rewards. For any order over $20, you'll receive 10% in Stampin' Rewards for every order. Another thing, if you spend at the $75 level before shipping and tax and using any Stampin' Rewards, you will receive, or not receive, you'll have the opportunity, I should say, to purchase product of the month for $5. Woohoo! Hey, Nancy. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you did. I hope it's helping to make some, I want to call it educational decisions. I know the mister always laughs at me about this because I'm like, be careful what you invest yourself into. Make sure it's the things that you love. He's like, investing? And I'm like, hey, it is. It's an investment for us as crafters, right? It's a hobby that we dearly treasure. And, I'm here to make sure that you guys are happy with your purchases and make sure that you're using your products. That's what makes me really happy. But anywho, if you guys do need to want to grab up anything, right? You can use this QR code here, although this might get shuffled here and there, but this will take you directly to my store. And then we have this QR code here. This right here is going to help you shop. Hey, Shawnee, hello. Happy Wednesday crafternoon. If you're interested in getting a discount on all your product, we're going to talk about that in just a second. I'm going to see if I can scroll back. You couldn't find a way to chat. Oh, maybe, was I live yesterday? And the other day too, I got zapped. I don't know what happened, but Facebook zapped me on my normal Sunday. It was the weirdest thing. I'm talking to you guys, and all of a sudden just zap. So there's a two-part there, but I apologize for that. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's Facebook or my internet. Sometimes I wonder, right? You just never know. And I'm not super techie, so I'm just like, I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Also, just a little tidbit of information. Now I don't think we're going to have time to stamp today because I'm trying to keep this as condensed as possible. And you guys know me, I get chatter going. But I will have the replays also on my blog. If you go to dawnscreativechalet.com, and also on my YouTube channel, which is Dawn's Creative Chalet, paper crafting instructor. So if you know of anybody who may love my content, then go ahead and share if you could. I enjoy that. Go ahead and hit the share button here if you like. Share it with your friends. Hey, Beth, how are you? Hello. Happy Wednesday crafternoon. And what else? Yeah, my online store, my blog. You guys are here on my business page and my YouTube channel. Those are the main places where you can find me. What else? And just a friendly reminder for those who may be watching into this who are local-ish, this Thursday I'm having my in-person catalog kickoff. It's quite the party. I went shopping today and I got a sweet treat. I have a gift for everybody that attends. It's going to be a good time. And I have everything set out like I've been showing you guys here online so they can see, feel, touch, all the things, right? Because it's always better to see this stuff in person, especially our designer series papers, for sure. Also into the next week on the 14th, I have creative card class. We're going to be working with All a Flutter, which is a really cool bundle that has the punch. It's all about the butterflies as we approach spring, right? We're finally seeing leaves on the trees here in Northwest Michigan. That makes me happy. And then as we get into the latter part of the month, I'll have my product class, which is going to be all about that Bloom Boutique, which has our 5 in colors included in that designer series paper. Oh my gosh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Also in between that, on Saturday, May the 16th, over at Amber Township Hall in Scottsville, Michigan, I'm going to have my big BOGO event. It's my biggest event of the year where I take everything that has retired in the Stampin' Up! World and I sell it. And I price it as to what it is in the catalog, and then you get a coupon for the same amount that you spend. It's a good thing. So you're basically getting free product. I love it. It's so much fun to watch everybody shop because everybody's in a frenzy and they have an agenda and they got their list and they're looking for all the things. But anyway, so that's on May 16th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it's quick, fast, and furious. Because usually I've learned through the years in 3 hours, if somebody hasn't been to my BOGO, they're not going to be there. Those that know, and they're right when the door opens. And it's like a small herd of cattle that come in all at once. It's the funniest thing. I love it, though. It makes me smile. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, if you reach that $75 level, I know I talked about product of the month, but I also like to gift you with a little something as well. And I know several of you are collecting these every single month. This is the Creative Card Collection. It used to be called Bundle of the Month, but it was getting a little confused with Product of the Month through Stampin' Up! So we changed the name, but it's the same fun tutorial with 16 projects, and we're featuring Fern and Flora for this month. So if you're wanting that, it's a $30 value, 16 projects with the color, photos, all the measurements, and a video tutorial for every single project. It's really cool. So that is going on. And then what I also wanted to talk to you about, here's a special edition of Creative Card Collection called Silly Old Bear. Now this is a online exclusive, and I see that the whole suite of product right now is on low inventory. This makes my heart just like palpitate. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. But it has been very popular. In fact, people across the pond are not able to get it. It has something to do with some big old godly goop with, I don't know, like, what do you want to call it? I want to say patents, copyrights, something like that through Disney. So it's why they can't actually call it Winnie the Pooh, right? We're playing with words here. but I call it the Winnie the Pooh suite. You know, it's silly old bear. Anyway, so if you purchase the entire suite of product, this is also going to be an additional gift for you. There's 10 of us that went in together as demonstrators, and we put together this really cool tutorial with 10 projects to kickstart your creativity if you buy the entire suite of product. So that's kind of fun. Hey, Kristen, hello. Happy Wednesday crafternoon. So anyway, just wanted to give you a heads up on that. So at the $75 mark, you can purchase the product of the month for $5. You can receive the Fern and Flora tutorial, which has 16 projects for free. And then this one as well if you purchase Silly Old Bear. And I think that the suite is $130, but it's like a double suite, or excuse me, a double bundle of product where you're getting 2 bundles, well, I'll show you more about that in a minute. In fact, maybe I should just show it right now. Where did my brochure go? Oh, here it is. Let's go ahead and talk about this right now while it's on my mind. So these are the May online exclusives. I've posted this both in my group and on my business page, so you guys can look at them this way. I think it's easier, at least in my brain, it's easier to have like a publication to look at, so to speak, even though these are only available online. So there are several things, but the main one I want to talk to you about is Silly Old Bear. So it is 2 bundles, the 12 by 12 DSP, a embossing folder, and I think that's everything. Yeah. But the cool thing are the dies. The dies are what got me. I was like that just pushed me over the edge. I'm like, okay, I'm all in. Give me the bear. So I'll show you guys a little bit more about that. But if you're thinking about getting this, get it now, because otherwise then you got to wait. It's not that it's not going to be back, but then you have to wait for it to be back in stock. And who wants to wait? Like, I don't like waiting. I want the I'm an instant gratification kind of girl, just saying. Okay, and then I wanted to also mention this again. I know we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but actually I got a fancier one. Look at that. Woohoo! But the ink pad. So of course, I know one thing that's on those who are really familiar with Stampin' Up! Always look forward to the brand new in colors that come in each year, because we have 2 sets of 5 in colors. And so we're constantly rotating these. They're available for 2 years, and they are very trendy normally. And I have to say, okay, I'm going to tell you guys a little story. I know, here she goes again. Dawn's getting off track. But I went over to Hobby Lobby today. Woo! I know, right? But I wanted to go over there because I'm having my in-person party tomorrow, catalog kickoff, and I always like to have pretty plates and napkins and those things. I don't know. It's a weird thing with me, but yes, that's what I do. Everything has got to match. That's why I love Stampin' Up! So much, right? Everything matches and coordinates and so pretty. But anyway, so I went in there looking for some plates and napkins, and I should have brought them in here, you guys. They are floral. They're so perfect. And they have all 5 in colors on the plates and the napkins. Like, who is not going to not get those, right? It's just like, oh my gosh, is this like Stampin' Up! Design these? That's the craziest thing. But anyway, so yeah, they're over at Hobby Lobby. So if you have a party coming up and you want to, be trendy with the Stampin' Up! In colors, go get those floral plates and napkins. This is so funny. Anyway, so let's talk about these. They're great. They're brand new. They are magnetic. Look at how easy they open, and they just kind of bounce back to each other. You can stack them so they don't move. I mean, they're not strong magnetic, but you can stack them together on your table. And the cool thing is, our other ones stack. They have like these little dimples in them on our regular ink pads. The older ones, I should say now, they're going to be old, because next year Stampin' Up! Is going to have a color revamp, and then all of our ink pads will be like these. I'm really excited about that for sure. If you do have Stampin' Storage stuff with the IKEA shelving, I have that here, and I was a little nervous. They fit in there just fine. They stick out just a little tiny bit, but I don't mind that because they're easier to grab, quite honestly. But anyway, so they stack nicely, and what's really cool is our other ink pads, they stack, right? Because they have the little dimples and they kind of fit and stack within, but they tumble over. These, because there's a little magnet there, just keep them together enough so that they're not tumbling over, like, I don't know, I don't know, something about it. And it's one of those little things that seems so minor, but I'm really digging that. I love it. It just doesn't make a complete mess on my table. Anyway, so with that being said, if you guys have these on your wish list, this is something you might want to consider. I consider that part of my job is to help you save money. I know, again, that I get laughed at for that, but seriously, this is actually saving you a little bit of money, along with joining a beautiful community. So, of course, like I said, getting more bang for your buck is one thing, but also when you choose who you're joining with is another, to make sure that you're loved, supported, valued, all those things when you join a community of stampers. Because you don't want to stamp alone. You want to be with some fun people that you're going to hang with. So anyway, right now you can purchase the kit, and you can get these for free. And these are $14 each. So that would be $70, right? If my math is correct. And you can get these plus choose $125 of product of your choice for $99. That's like, to me, a no-brainer. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, so there's that choice, or you can choose choice number 2, skip the ink pads altogether and just choose $160 of product of your choice. So I just wanted to run that by you. If you guys have any questions, let me know. You can find it on my website, or just reach out to me. There's absolutely no pressure. If someone reaches out to me, I'm like, either you do or you don't. It's all good. But if you are purchasing Stampin' Up! Products generally, then it's something you might want to consider, because the cool thing is not only are you part of a great community with the Chalet Stampers, you're joining the Stampin' Up! Family, and there's a lot of perks for demonstrators. One of them being the continued discount on products. So whatever you can't fit into your starter kit, you can go ahead and continue to shop and get a discount on your stuff, which is really nice. That's the reason why I joined. I did not join to do this as a business. I joined because I spent a lot of money on this stuff for a long time. And I finally caved after I can't tell you how many years of just buying at retail. And I just decided, you know what, maybe I should try this thing about getting a discount. So anyway, just wanted to let you know about that. And all the information is on my website as well. And let's see here. What else do I have for you? Oh, and just to show you guys the product of the month when you reach that $75 threshold, this is the choice for May. So we have April, which is, I had it here. Here we go. This is April's, which is the Eyelet Blooms die. I keep showing this because it's the only card I've been able to make with it so far. But also we have the vellum. So the March, I guess, sold out. So we just have April and May's choice, as I was peeking through things a couple minutes ago online. But I'm going to receive this tomorrow. It looks beautiful. It's vellum. Flowered vellum. Who knew? But something I think you need. Anyway, so just want to let you guys know about that. Okay, are we ready to dive in? Like I said, the first part of the catalog, we went ahead and we went through all of the suites, which are in the front. And then we went through the bundles, which are awesome. I actually have 2 catalogs in my room because the original book that I got during Onstage, which is the event that all demonstrators have an opportunity to go to, I've looked through that catalog so much it's falling apart. It's been really well loved, and I've marked in it and all the things. So I thought, you know what, maybe I will bring a better looking book for you guys to look at while online. One thing I wanted to show you guys, let me wheel over. I have a whole bunch of stuff on this little wheelie bin table thing. And I wanted to show you something about this right here that I didn't do yesterday. So this is something that we got it on stage as well. We were able to go around to different booths and try out different things, different products and all that fun stuff. This right here and this guy, I'm kind of bouncing a little, but that's okay. So this is a impressions plate. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a piece of silicone rubber. I obviously haven't used it quite yet, but we have some dies that will be coming out along with this particular bundle. That the die, if you use this impressions mat, I'm going to call it, they call it a plate. It's more like a mat to me. But anyway, what you can do is make that beautiful deep impression with the die. Isn't that cool? And I meant to show that to you yesterday and I completely forgot. So I'm going to put that right out of the way now that I have. Anyway, so we had, like I said, suites and bundles, but then you're going to find a repeat again as far as all the stamp sets. So this way people know, okay, I can either buy the suite or I can buy the bundle or I can just buy the stamp set. Personally, I don't know too many times where I've ever bought one without the other. I don't know. It's kind of like separating siblings. I know I always say that, but it's true. But anyway, so they then list the stamps individually as well, which is kind of cool. And there are some things that aren't part of a suite or a bundle. They're just standalone stamp sets, for instance. And the ones that, again, are carrying over do not have the little N next to it. The ones that are new have that little N. So if you're thinking, did I get that or didn't I? You can kind of look and it might help to jog your memory, right? Like this is carried over, obviously, from our last mini catalog, the Nature Symphony. Now the paper isn't going to be found in here, but the bundle is still carried over. But we do have some standalone stamp sets. And this is like a, what we call those, the background stamps. Why is it I get on here and all of a sudden it's like all words just like stop in my brain? I don't know. Anyway, then again, like this one here's a standalone. This is a standalone, and I think this one is too. I don't think this is part of having dies with it. Then of course they talk about our cut and emboss machine, which when I first started seeing Stampin' Up, at that time we had the Big Shot, and they started introducing the Big Shot with stamping, and I kept thinking, how are they going to do that? Like, that is so weird. How are they going to incorporate stamping and these die things? Now it's like I can't be without dies, right? So after we are done with that, then we have this section here, which is all of our dies. So this is kind of like old school, the way our catalog, our annual catalog used to be. So from now on, in all of our catalogs, we'll have 3 a year. I think I mentioned this yesterday. And they're going to be smaller, like this one. But we're going to see where all of our dies that are available or anything new will be all in a die section, as well as suites and bundles and individual stamp sets. Very cool. So don't panic. Don't think that once this catalog is done the end of August that you're not going to see this. This is the way I believe all of our catalogs will be set up, which I love. It's very visual, and I need to see everything like this. Give it to me like this, right? It's just, I don't know, easier for me to keep track of. What about you guys? What are your thoughts on it? Do you like the way that they've compartmentalized? Is that a word? It is now. Things in this book. So anyway, and once again, if it's new, it's going to have an N by it. If it's carried over, it will not. Over here, we have embossing folders and punches that are all together. So with that being said, I know I showed you the butterfly punch yesterday. The banner, 3-banner punch is carried over along with these that have been around for a little while, which I love. This one is new. This is carried over. The circles are carried over, which is great because we need those basic shapes. I wanted to show you the floral spray, which maybe I did show this to you yesterday because it's huge. It's big, very big, but it's great for scrapbookers as well as card makers. And I know I was showing yesterday, this is this folder. Isn't that gorgeous? So once again, the way I made this, I went ahead, I used Peaceful Pine. I do too, Nancy. I think it's just, I don't know, more user-friendly to find things, for sure. I went ahead, I used this folder, ran it through with the Peaceful Pine, and then put the opaque white ink over it, and it just made it pop. So I'm loving this particular folder. I think it's so pretty, so pretty. I know it's hard to, there we go, to see all the detail in it. And what else? I did order this yesterday. I think it's more geared towards the scrapbooking, but I've been, like I said, getting into that scrapbooking mode again on and off, and I thought that was really cool. And it's called Story Keeping Hybrid. So I'm going to give you guys a close look at that. That became available as of yesterday. We couldn't grab it early as demonstrators. It was not available. And then we're going to get into the papers. Now I know I showed these yesterday, so this might be a little bit of a repeat, but let me see if I can shuffle some of my stuff around here. I'm running out of room. My room is not really big. I need a bigger space. Okay. So designer series paper is always better to look at when you can see it in person, but the next best way is to see it in these little sampley things. Because I know sometimes in the catalog, as much as they try really hard to photograph it to show you all the patterns because they're double-sided paper, I always like to show these as well. So I put these in order that they are in the catalog so we can thumb through them really quick. Just to, again, give you another idea about the colors, the patterns, all those fun things. So all the papers are together. This is the Paper Medley Designer Series paper. And then we have, oh, this one right here, I need to show you guys something. This is so cool. This is the Artisan Sketched Garden Designer Series paper. I love this. Classic black and white. I'm also one of those people, though, that love black and white photography. There's just something about black and white that's so classy, right? So here's a card that I received from Karen Titus. This is from a swap. I love what she did with it. She cut out some of the image. So there are no dies, unfortunately, that go with this, right? So I'm like, oh, grown, because I am one of those people. I told you guys, I'm a lazy crafter, but it is so much fun. So we did this card on stage, and at the time I wasn't really sure what we were doing other than coloring. I'm like, well, what's the big deal? Then I realized, oh, it's brand new designer series paper we're going to have. But I colored this with Stampin' Blends, so you can totally color it up any way that you want. So you can go any route with your crafting with it. And the other thing I wanted to show you, I'm going to bring in my paper. And show you guys a little something. So I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I think I've kind of said it a couple of times. I do have an e-cutter, a Brother Scan and Cut. And I wanted to see, being that there are no dies and I don't like to cut, how well it would do with the items in the paper. I'm going to show you this again, okay? So it's not like they would be really difficult to cut, but again, when I want multiples of these cut, then I don't want to sit there and deal with it. So I think I was showing these yesterday to you guys. Super easy. So this is some of the artisan sketch paper behind. This is the 12 by 12 in color pattern paper, I think they call it, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. But it comes in all 5 in colors and I think 4 different patterns. Yeah, 4 different patterns. But anyway, and very simple coloring on this. But I love this, but I didn't want to have to cut it out if I didn't have to. So I tried my scan and cut because, like I said, some of these designs would not work with it. If you have one of these machines, you'll know it has to be images that are individual. If it's connected and open lined things, it won't work. Like it would never work on that. It would totally confuse the machine. But this one here. So with that being said, just to show you guys really quick, I just love this because the cool thing is you can have just this paper and make some card bases and then just add any sentiment to it. Now, for instance, this is what the machine did. Isn't that funny? So it's from the lines in the paper, but you know, it works. So you just chop it off. But for the most part, it did pretty good on it. So I love the machine for that. I still always purchase the dies for my bundles. But when it comes to things like this, I love having that thing around. It's really handy. So I didn't have to cut these. I'm so lazy. Oh my goodness. Actually, I'm working smarter, not harder, right? That's what it is. Yeah, that's the ticket. And then with the paper that I was showing you in the back, all these little bouquets. So I cut all these out too. Look at all these little florals. They make me happy. So many cool things you can do with these, you know, bags and tags, scrapbook pages, along with your card making or anything, paper crafting. Really, I love them. Oh, it makes me happy. I was so happy that they worked, or the machine worked with it and liked it enough where I could jerry rig it to make it cut these. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see, what else we got here? The Everyday Essentials. So this is kind of cool. I showed some cards yesterday that I made with the All A Flutter bundle. And this is the paper that I used with it. And it's just kind of generic-y. This is actually one of my favorites, along with stripes and the floral. Like, I love mixing these together, and that's what it is, kind of mixing and matching. There we go. Let's say mixing and matching. But, oh, wait, did I skip one? No, I didn't. Do I have these out of order? Probably. I thought I had them in order. Aha, here we go. So this is this right here. Waterside Retreat. I'll say Relaxing Waterside, but that's the name of the bundle. But anyway, what's really cool about this paper, they have cutouts in the paper. So I wonder if I could show you really quick. I meant to get that earlier. Here we go. So this paper is really cool in that. So what you can do is just cut all these sections out and have them as backgrounds for your cards, which makes card making or elements for your scrapbook pages really easy. And it makes it look like you spent a lot more time on it than what you have to. I love this whole concept. Stampin' Up's been doing it a lot with the designer series papers. And I don't know, it just makes things easy. Again, I'm a lazy crafter. Anyway, it is beautiful. And with me living near Lake Michigan, I love this suite. I'm very partial to it. And of course, like I said, Everyday Essentials. It's a little bit of mixing and matching. Then we have the beautiful Ordinary Life paper. And, oh, I was going to show you guys something I forgot to show you yesterday. It's just a fun card that showcases the paper. And, oops, I kind of squished it. This one spins the best. Isn't that fun? You can buy these little spinners on Amazon. Who knew? And this one got a little mutilated too. It's been seen better days. But anyway, I love that it spins and it's fun and it shows off the paper nicely as well. Question, where did you get your scan and cut? Ooh, that's a good question. I've had it because I have one of the older versions where it was a little more simple to figure out because I'm a simple mind and I need simple things. And I think, because I got it as a Christmas gift, I believe it was purchased at Best Buy. I think that's where we got that. So I would check there first because see, actually the first one, this is crazy. So I wanted one for Christmas and this has to be, oh my gosh, at least 7 years ago because I was still an innkeeper then is when I received it. And I've been retired for 5 years. So I would say at least 7 years ago. And the first one that was sent through Best Buy to the house, apparently, it had water in the box. So we had to return it. So it was easy to do the return, being that we purchased it from Best Buy. And our closest Best Buy is like 45 minutes away, but that's not a big deal to us. We're so used to traveling because where we're at is a very small town. However, we do have Hobby Lobby now, so we're on the map. You are so welcome. But yeah, check into it. Like I said, I like the one that I have because it's an older model and I hope it never kaputs on me because I know how to use it. Is that, that makes sense. You guys get it. But so I'm afraid that if I were to have to upgrade, that it would throw me through 10 loops and beyond. All right, here's that Bloom Boutique. And it's a specialty designer series paper with the gold foil in it. Love that. Featuring all 5 in colors. One of my faves. Something about it, it just feels so comforting, doesn't it? We're going to flip the page since we've kind of just run on our own way here. Here's the Velvet Meadow. This is the one where you need Feel of Vision. It's flocked paper. It's fuzzy on one side. It's so cool. I love texture on my cards. Really good stuff. And the colors in it are just beautiful. And I know I was showing this yesterday. This is the Scenic Coast. It is a 6x6 pack. I think it's our only 6x6 pack. And the reason being is it's more for card making or if you want to do, I don't know, something smaller as far as elements on your pages. I think if it was a 12x12, you wouldn't want to cut into this for card making. So I think that's why they made it into a 6x6. But the really cool thing about this is look at this. It's got like a reflective, what do you want to call that? Like a sheen to it on one side. And then there's just some beautiful watercolor on the opposite. The same with this here. So you guys get the idea. Isn't that cool? I love it. Just love it. And the paper does all the work. So when you're making a card with this or an element on your scrapbook page with this is just, it's doing all the work for you. It's so pretty. And all the color that's in it is just so rich, right? And it just reminds me of my little town here and going over to the beach as the sun sets and taking all those beautiful sunset photos. Because we are on the sunset side of Michigan. I always say that we're the better side. We get the sunsets because I'm more apt to see the sunsets than I am to see the sunrise. I'm a late evening kind of gal. Oh, I just love these. Love it. And here's the back side of that. So that one for sure is a must-have. And then we have the Moonlight Flora, which is also what we have our creative card collection tutorial with, is with that suite of product and this beautiful paper. And like I said, it was on the darker side of things, which usually I'm more brights and pastels. That's my vibe. But this is really, really pretty, I have to admit. And let's see, what else? Oh, this here. So just to point this out to you guys, these are all 12 by 12. So every year they come out with pattern paper in all 4 of our color families. So subtles, brights, regals, neutrals, and then both sets of in colors. With that being said, I'm going to grab this. So this happens to be the brights. I had the in colors out as well, but I've really chopped into those already. But just to show you, 12 by 12. So in case you want to use it for scrapbooking, you have that option. Otherwise, I do like 12 by 12 with card making because I can cut it to where I want it. And I can even dig out and use scraps and things. I don't know, something about 12 by 12 is easier to use. Then this is the other side of the patterns, which is pretty cool. I love that. And then there's the smaller polka dots and the big polka dots, extra large polka dots, please. Actually, polka dots right now, especially in the fashion world, I'm seeing a lot of polka dots. Like polka dots are back. I've always loved polka dots. My grandma loved polka dots. She wore a lot of polka dotted fashion statements. Anyway, so this is a lot of fun. Whoa, sorry about that. I just knocked you guys over. That wasn't very nice of me. Whoops. And let's see here. So again, 4 color families and both in color sets of colors of 5. And what else do I want to show you? Oh, the specialty stuff. So by the way, here it is that 12 by 12 in our in colors. Right there. Oh, this is my favorite, I tell ya. Love it so much. And then we have the velveteen assortment that goes with that Lily of the Valley stuff. And this is all velveteen. It's all fuzz. It just feels so good. I just want to pet my paper all day. But anyway, so that's one of our specialty papers, and it's in 12 by 12. And then we also have the Sunset Summer 12 by 12, which is like a shimmer type vellum. I think I showed this yesterday. And this goes with the Sunset Coast that I was just showing you, the 6 by 6 paper. So this it coordinates with it basically and is in the suite, included in the suite of product. So is the Velveteen that I was just showing. That's included in the suite if you buy the whole suite. And then we have the 26-28 in color 12 by 12 pearlized specialty paper. So all 5 in colors. And it does have that kind of a shimmer to it, which I think is really pretty. This looks gorgeous. I think I was showing a card yesterday where somebody embossed it, and it was just beautiful. Very stunning. And what else was I going to show you guys here? Oh, this stuff right here. This is fun. So I've had comments like, when I use this, I feel like I'm cheating. And I'm like, why do you feel like you're cheating? It's just another way to do some paper crafting in a quick way, right? So what these are, they're ephemera packs. Where did I put them all? And we have some cool things to choose from. And you can see that they used them on cards and tags, scrapbook pages to make some really quick scrapbooking stuff. So here's where you can find all of them. And I thought I would show them to you guys. Now, we still sell these cases. I miss having our stamps in these. I'm old school, you know, old dog, new tricks, hard to get used to new things. But anyway, you can still buy the cases themselves. So what I like to do is organize these in cases for each set so I can find them easily. But they're punch outs, and they are also, I believe all of them are adhesive backed. So if you really want to have something easy, you can just peel the stuff off the back and just stick it down. Sometimes, though, I like to use them with dimensionals. But just to show you guys really quick what they're all about. So this is, again, here and now. So I think I had these in order going across here. But but tags, things like that, kind of cool. Also great for scrapbooking, decorating bags and tags and all those things. But those are pretty cool. And then we have Sincerely Noted. These are sentiments. Let me see if I can grab all of them here. So just to give you guys a quick glance at these. And again, I believe that they are, yep, they're adhesive backed. And they're like heavier weight cardstock type stickers, I guess, is a good way to explain them. And there we go. And I believe it's, in each set, it's 2 each of 3 designs of things, right? So you get 2 of each. That makes sense. But just again, another easy way to whip up a quick card. If maybe you're like, oh shoot, I forgot to make a graduation card. Uh-oh, we were invited to that wedding and I forgot to make a card. Things like that. Or, oh shoot, it's so-and-so's birthday. I forgot to make them a card. You can just get these out and make something really quick. And they're so cute and they coordinate with all of the Stampin' Up! Colors, which I love. Because again, I'm all about everything being matchy-matchy. Speaking of, there's a graduation cap. And let's see, oops. Oh, is that pretty? I love this one right here. That's gorgeous. And as you can see, that designer series paper, that, what's it called again? Everyday Essentials, coordinate with this as well. It's all the patterns that are in that 12 by 12 paper pack, which is pretty cool. So you can really do some fun things. And I'll show you again, that's the pack of paper right there. And then we have Under the Sun, which I believe are these right here. And go through these really quick. So this looks kind of like beachy, outdoorsy, kind of fun. Oh, this is my favorite right here. I love the VW old vans. Those are so much fun, so cute. And have you seen the brand new ones that are really bright colors? I would never probably own a minivan, but if I would, that would be the one I would buy because they have like bright orange and there's like a violet color. They're really cool. Like I said, I'm all about color. I love the bicycle. That's so cool. And then, of course, they also have tags. So this is the classic labels mix and match. And I believe that these are, nope, they are not. I don't think. No, I don't think that these have adhesive on them. I guess they figure tags would be more of a loose, I don't know, a loose thingamabob to have. Anyway, so several different shapes. They are thick though. I keep feeling like I'm grabbing 2. But I'm not. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, lots of labels that you can stamp on. Very fun. And then as far as other things I wanted to show you guys yet, we have new journaling pens. When you purchase them, they're in a set of 3. So if you do like to doodle, journal, obviously, these are what they look like, and you get a set of 3 of those. We also now have and they come in sets of 2. I have for the longest time, I don't know about you guys, but for the longest time, I've always looked for a white gel pen that would work, like seriously work. And I would buy them brick and mortar, and even the one that Stampin' Up! Had years ago, it was like a hit and miss. I have to say, with using this, because I actually got this set through the scrapbook, the virtual album retreat that we did last week during the live version of it. And we got a set of these in all of our goodies. And I don't know, there's something about it. It just flows really nice. The only thing I will say is when you do use these, make sure to not touch where you've used it immediately. Let it dry because they will smear. It doesn't instantly dry. So once you play with it, make sure you let it dry. How do you store the white gel pen? Horizontal or vertical? That's a great question. I love your questions, Nance. So I would actually store these horizontally. I'll probably put them, I have a little area where I put all of my Stampin' Blends because I store them horizontally as well. And I think I will do the same with these. That way, when I'm ready to use it, it's just ready to flow. Does that make sense? But I'm afraid if I were to store them so that the pin side or the side you write on points down, I don't know. You know, I just feel like I'll probably just keep these stored horizontally and see how it goes and then play with it. And then if I think, well, maybe it would be okay. Or maybe I should take one and do that, like experiment, and keep one horizontally and one vertically and see what happens. So that's a really good question on that. But I've heard most say that they'll probably store them horizontally. And then also, let's see here. Here's another good question, the same thing. So these are our shimmer pens. I talked a little bit about these yesterday, but if you decide to order these, I know that they were like the wanted thing yesterday, so I made sure I got 2 sets of these because I know I'm going to use them a lot. Because I love everything glittery, shimmery, blingy, all that stuff. When you first get it, and I should have saved it, but I didn't, what you're going to want to do is detach these 2 parts. There's going to be a little white ring that will just is floating there, and you just take it off, and then you put this back together. Basically, it's kind of separating the reservoir, I don't know what you want to call that, the body from the brush, okay? And then what you're going to want to do is there's this little squeezy thing here. So you're going to want to go ahead and give it some little squeezies, give it some love, and then it's going to help to flow down to that tip. So when you first get it, you're going to have to go ahead and really get that juice going there before you go ahead and use it. Now, I also brought Wink of Stella in here so I can show you guys to compare these two. So this is a shimmer brush, which is different from Wink of Stella. But Wink of Stella too, when you purchase one of these, there's that little band in there and you need to unscrew this little guy from its body. And then, that sounds awful. And then you take off that little ring and then put it back together. Because when you purchase it, they want it separated so it's not, I don't know, getting wonky. That's my technical term. That's what I'm going to use. And again, like you do with the other, you'll squeeze. And ooh, Dawn, you squeezed a little too much. My goodness sakes. Yeah, that was wasteful. But anyway, this will show you really well the difference between shimmer and Wink of Stella. So this is really just a tiny, tiny hint in the shimmer, and this is all about the glittery effect. Times 10 because I got a little overzealous there with squeezing it, but you guys definitely get the idea there. And of course, then we have all of our embellishments together, which is fun, and then the adhesives are all together as well. Another thing that I really like that they've done is they've kind of coated it. So if you're using cardstock or paper or ribbon or embellishments, die cuts, 3D projects, it kind of helps here on the left-hand side to show you what these adhesives are for. And it's so funny because I've been razzed from the mister about, you know, how many adhesives do you need? Oh, you're so welcome. He's like, how many adhesives do you need? I'm like, well, how many screwdrivers do you need? How many hammers do you need? How many saws do you need? So same objective, right? With our paper crafting, we have different adhesives for different things. But I like that, again, that they have it all together and they have the little chart for us, especially for somebody who's new. And then, of course, we have our embellishments. I noticed somehow there was one that I did not get, which is this one here, and I thought I had. I marked it that I had it, and I've looked all over for it. Oh, by the way, the mix and match stuff that I was showing you guys, just really quick. These were super quick cards, and I forgot to show you these. I knew that I would do that. Here's Dawn. She's bouncing around again. And there's the VW. I think that's so cute. Oh, and this here I was going to show you because of the sample from a friend of mine who made this card, Bernice, and she used that beautiful artisan sketch paper on that card. That's why I had that there. And I forgot to show you. I have all these things surrounding me, and then I forget to show half of it. Anyway, let's go back to embellishments. So I showed these yesterday, but I'll show them again since we're kind of in this area of embellishments. These are metal and they are flat, so they will be perfect for all of your paper crafting, including scrapbooking where you like to have flat things, right? We don't want anything that's too puffy on our page, but these are beautiful and they go with that, the Waterside one, the Relaxing Waterside Bundle, but it's called something else as far as the suite. But with the lakeside stuff, the Adirondack chairs, all of that. So that's goes really well with those. But of course, you can go outside the box. And then we also have these beautiful shimmery 2628 in color dots. I'm going through a lot of these. And in fact, I'm ordering more after I'm done here because I think that they're going to temporarily go out of stock like these did. These are already temporarily out of stock. So they turned off the item number on the butterflies for now, but they are all 5 of our in colors and they go with the Bloom Boutique Suite or anything else that you want to do with these 5 in colors. These here are the embellishment that jive with the beautiful Ordinary designer paper and product. Kind of fun. I love those. It kind of reminds me of like retro colors to me. And like so those little candies that I used to buy that were so disgusting, but we ate them. And then these go with the Fern and Flora. They are called Dewdrops Embellishments. And by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, these are array of dots for those. And again, Dewdrops Embellishments. And then we have these that are adhesive backed sequins, and they are called Sunset Sparkle Sequins. And they coordinate beautifully with that Sunset Coast suite of product with a beautiful paper, the 6x6 paper. And then for the Fuzzy Vision, the velvet, I forgot what it's called now. Anyway, for that whole suite, these are the Dreamy Flowers, and they're adhesive backed, and they go beautifully with that whole suite of product, which is so good. I hate to ask. No, you ask away. I love it. How are you able to afford all these at one time? Am I missing something? Well, first of all, because that's basically the main reason why I became a demonstrator, so I can get my discount, and because I do this as a business. I probably, though, I have to admit, I do buy a little bit more than probably what I should. I'll admit it, but I love it. And you know what? It keeps me off the street. And honestly, I am in my craft room almost every single day. Every day, almost every single day, unless I'm on vacation. And then I even take something with me normally. Or if anything, I'm always taking my catalog and absorbing it. Like, I just truly love what I do. And I figure, you know what? It could be worse. I could be doing other things, but I like to sit and paper craft. It makes me happy. It makes my heart happy. And I love sharing it with everybody else. So I hope that answers your question. But that's why I decided to start branching out and doing classes and things. It wasn't my intention to do it that way. Honestly, when I bought the starter kit, I had no clue that I would be doing this because at that time I still owned a business. We owned an inn of 45 rooms and I was an innkeeper and I lived, eat, breathed my business. We lived right there on premise. So with 45 rooms, that keeps you pretty busy, but I really needed something to, I don't know, like therapy, right? I know we're not supposed to really say that, but it's very therapeutic for me to dive into my crafts, and it's a way for me to reduce my stress, calm down, and relax. Because I can remember there were some days where I really, it helps, right? You guys get it. You're crafters, and you know that when you sit down and you craft, it's just something about it. It's just, I don't know, brings down the blood pressure. I would love to have everything at once too. Aw, no, it's all good. Hey, that's what it's all about. I am an open book. So what level am I? I am a silver elite. And I love my team of girls. They're amazing. But are you a demonstrator as well, Nance? Are you? I'm just curious. But I love these questions. Like I said, it's honestly, and I work really hard at it. I put a lot of time into this. I really, really do. But again, it's because I love it so much. And I just love sharing it with everybody. And I think that if we had more people doing what we do, the world would be a happier place. I truly believe that. All right. And as far as everything else in here, it's pretty much self-explanatory. We have our own area for the new end colors to showcase them all because they're so beautiful. They do all make me very, very happy. And then for those of you who are questioning, because the annual catalog is leaving, this is going to be reassured in every book. So we'll still have all the things with all of our colors as far as the graphs or the charts. I love these. It's easy to get what you need, so to speak, and to shop and the item numbers and all of that. Are you? Hey, we love hobby demonstrators. Hobby demonstrators. That's how I became this. Literally why I joined, because I just love my hobby. But I just have sprinkled in the other stuff now, because now I use that as an excuse. For sure. But anyway, so that is basically the catalog in a nutshell. I love it so much. I'm always excited about a catalog, but for some reason, this one in particular, there was so much that I have loved. And yes, I did overspend a little bit. I admit that. I also do BOGO events to help me offset the cost as well. So that's something where I'm constantly selling my retired product in order to refurbish what I have here. I hope that makes sense too. So don't think I'm just like spending money constantly. It may look like that, maybe, kind of, but I'm also trying to balance it out by doing things to help to supplement this as well. One last thing, just an FYI for those who may not know, this is our stamp positioner tool, and it is now available for everybody. This is the item number for it, in case you are interested. And then we have the grid paper that's sold separately. Oh, I'm so happy. I love that. That's what it's all about, right? Sharing it with everybody. Also the grid paper that fits into these little knobbies here. So the grid paper is separate, and that's the item number for that. And, I wanted to show you guys one more thing. I know, just one more thing, right? So when we were out in California for On Stage, we got to play with these. These are what are they called here? I know they have a name. Water and Dotted Lines 12 by 12. Decorative masks. So you would think, those are just for scrapbookers, but they are a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and open them up. Let's see. So we have the dots, as you can obviously see here. And then we have this one. So this one is kind of like a chameleon. I think it could either be water, like in a pool, the reflection in the pool. It could also be a giraffe, maybe snake skin. I don't know. I don't know, whatever else, depending on what you color it as. Maybe, I don't know if I'd say leopard or not, but maybe. Again, depending on how you use it color-wise. But just to show you what they'll do. So obviously, if you're doing maybe a scrapbook page, it's great because it's a little bit larger than a 12 by 12. So you can take some repositionable adhesive or tape and then pop it down onto your glass mat and then go ahead and do your, with your blending brush and ink. But just to show you guys what they look like when you do use your blending brush. I guess on another note too, just to mention, I've been a demonstrator since 2010. So a lot of the basics, it takes a little bit of time to grow your stash. But after you get all the basics, then it's easier to get the other things, right? If you just collect and stuff. But anyway, I just think that these masks are really cool. They're a lot of fun and easy. So even a beginner has success with something like this, and it's like a big bang for a small punch. There's 2 of them. They're 12 by 12 for $21. So it's a pretty good deal. All right, guys. Whew, that was a lot of stuff. What time is it? We got through it pretty good in just a little over an hour. I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Thanks for your questions. I appreciate you very, very much for being here. And for those who are watching the replay, let me know that you have. After we're done here, I'm going to go ahead and put this onto my blog and over on my YouTube channel. So if you see something that you want to see again or something, or you still want to hear my awful voice, that's great. Anyway, I will be back on Sunday, and Sunday we will go back to crafting, and I have 4 different projects. Some cards that we're going to make in my in-person event tomorrow. And I think what I'll do is I'll save one of each and then we'll put them together on Sunday. Because I was like, what am I going to do on Sunday? I've been so involved doing this. I don't know what to do. I'm like, duh. I kind of overcut. So we'll go ahead. We'll do that. And I'll show you guys, again, new products that we'll be creating together. We'll be using Olive Flutter, Fern and Flora, and what else? Of course, in colors. And I forgot what else there is. But anyway, so we'll be doing 4 different cards, 4 different suites or bundles, which normally I don't do. I usually always concentrate on one particular suite or bundle. But we're going to mix it up Sunday just for something different, just because, right? But you guys have a great rest of your week. And again, thank you, and I will see you Sunday, crafternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.